Good morning, everyone. So, are too many expecting this market to rally, especially after several days up? What we discussed yesterday was everything suggests it's going to go higher, um, do all-time highs in the Nasdaq 100, S&P 100, several ETFs, and so on. So there's nothing to suggest it's going to pull back a large amount, but I think the world is waiting for this approval or whatever's going to happen with this bill, new influx of liquidity, money to be spent, what the Fed's going to do, and so on. But yesterday, you know what? Let me go with SPX here. We wrote this earlier, but let me show you something. So the markets are stalled here. You can see the futures. They're trading inside of yesterday's range. Not a big deal. Um, a little extended in the very short term, but it went sideways for over a month, so that's good. There's plenty of support. Uh, we always just say look to the left. Minor support, major support. They're clustered together. You got some moving averages there. All of that would suggest whatever the market pulls back, it's not going to be a huge amount, and you could just get a correction bar and it goes higher. So what's the concern? Well, a couple of things. We don't have our internals are not lined up yet. Yesterday we spoke about some catch-up trades. We want to see transports and regional banks, um, Russell 2000, small caps, mid caps start to participate and move higher. All of that's still the same. And we're looking for that to happen. Now, for the moment, why I say too many are anticipating, these sentiment gauges are pushing up into the upper bands. So many are buying more calls than puts, getting to be an extreme amount. And that may put a cap on a move up, or it may create some whipsaws on the way up where it just tries to move up and maybe gets dragged back to 5,200, give or take, whipping around. I mean, we'll just have to see. If we were to get a correction bar, which is, it breaks down below the lows and comes back up again, well, that would be a good sign. Maybe take some, wind out of the sails of, everyone that's bullish, just measuring by these sentiment gauges to see what happens there. So, well, yesterday, let's just look at spiders here, where they're at here. They were higher. They were higher. And backed off a little bit. Not a big deal. So unless nothing changes, they're going to gap down a little bit. Again, not a big deal. Still above yesterday's low. And we can drag this up here, way up there. And so uneventful open for the moment, not much happening. In addition, what I noticed, let's go to SPX. So yesterday's number was 62.35 on the upside. And the downside was 61.25 as extremes. And neither one, it didn't even come close because the market didn't even move. But so today, the put side moves down a little bit. Right? Market's going nowhere. And the call side comes down a little bit. Right? Now that's within striking distance. And the biggest open interest, as you can see here, was yesterday's number, 61.35. 62.35. Here's the biggest open interest. That was yesterday. So it came up a lot. So today you have, again, the biggest open interest, and they're expecting that to go up. And it's so close it's not far out of the money. It's like right there. So that's kind of a little bit of a contrarian indicator that um, it being so many clustered at that level, anticipating that it's going to go up, um, maybe it will. But being that it's the extreme being as close as it is, I mean, market's down a little bit here this morning. It's not a big deal. Again, that's within striking distance. The downside, unless something was to happen like this bill isn't happening, right? It has to be something, or bombs going off, all the possibilities are, yeah. That bottom number is not getting touched today, right? The trend is up. I know it's a little extended. Things are coming off the highs a little bit here, but odds are it's not going down there. You've got 6,200, a whole number level. You would have to get through 6,150. It's not going down there today unless the unknown, which is, of course, the unknown, happens, whatever that might be. So I think the downside is going to be the safer bet. Um, this is just too close for comfort. As we always do each day, we wait to see which way things are going to jiggle a little bit to pick what should be the more opportune time than just doing them at the open. But if we were to just do them at the open, probably 99% of the time it works. The day it doesn't, of course, any credit spread is going to inflict some pain. All right. So same as looking at those futures market, you got minor support, you got major support. There's an unfilled gap over here. And you remember on this morning, I said that should not get filled just because it was gapping up from a consolidation. So a resting period, gap up, it should be an igniting gap, and it should continue to move higher. And that's what should happen. And it's been marching its way bar by bar, higher high, higher low bars. And so looks good, very strong. Momentum stalled yesterday. Yesterday was like, yeah, just going nowhere. You can see this little sideways chop all day long, just running in place, did nothing. So, all right, looking around other places. Well, let's start here. Transports did nothing yesterday. You're under the 200 MA. Always higher time frame perspective, wide range bar coming out of a consolidation, bullish. Normal prices typically to consolidate after a wide range bar, but news should be coming this week that could move the markets, and we'll see, how much they move up. If for whatever reason they might move down, I'd like to see them stay in the upper part of that wide range bar. And these highs that were holding prices from moving higher should be support, and any push below should result in the next move up. So resting day looks fine. IWM, Russell, it was a resting day everywhere. I mean, I don't know if there was anything that really moved much yesterday. Uh, it was just, choppy back and forth. This was a little, I guess, take out some stops and then took it back up again. Didn't get very far. And, just gapping down a little bit here this morning. Qs, unfilled gap there. Same thing. Higher high, higher low bars. Little narrow bodied candle yesterday after gapping up, went nowhere. Just uneventful day yesterday. Consolidating and opening up just below, give or take. There's still plenty of time go near yesterday's low. Not a big deal. Right? It's just moving up. Mentioned the VIX yesterday. I think it was yesterday, volatility index, or maybe I didn't mention it yesterday. It is at a low level, and it had risen from here this year before. One of the things I pointed out in the newsletter over the weekend was, okay, it is low, something we have to consider. We have all this larger open interest, and that open interest is expiring today. So they're expecting that to go up today. As as credit spread traders, if it doesn't get beyond that level, that's going to expire worthless. It is what it is. So another reason to think that maybe it's not going to get very far through that, but we'll see. Now, the VIX being low, okay, it's risen from there. It doesn't have to rise. It can go sideways. And if you look here, it's a monthly chart. No, it's a big mess. Take my word for it. This thing can go down. You can see part of it. It can go down to $10. So just because it's at this level where it's risen before, that doesn't mean it can't go lower. So, but we do have, this put call ratios, a little bit of a lower level uncomfortableness, the open interest today. So, I suspect until some news comes out about this bill, we just may be in for more of the same from yesterday. Because I'm not sure what's going to move things, because it just seems everybody's waiting for this news. All right, interest rates. Doing much. Coming off of the low here. Still edging their way lower. It's a good thing. So that's a plus. We have gold is up here, kind of poked under support, and just kind of widening the trading range. So one of the things that I'm just watching here, is like when you see a pivot low down there and buyers come in relatively aggressively before it gets down there, it shows that there's strong demand. I mean, that's obvious because many times it'll go down there and it'll puncture below it before it starts to reverse. Something like this here, that punctured it pretty good from here to here. So buyers are a bit more aggressive, and what that tells me is that, well, this would be the most obvious place for it to come down to, and then go to your smaller time frame and looking to at least a short-term trade. There were a lot of bids up above that area anticipating that it would turn around. And of course, that makes sense because, it's just developed a trading range. So, middle of the trading range, we'll see how far it's going to get. This morning it's already close to the middle of the trading range. And as you can see, it's backing off a little bit. So, nothing much going on there other than intraday trades. Silver still consolidating after that run. Remember, we were looking for this to break out, and it did, continued higher, and it's just jiggling back and forth. It's in an uptrend. Looks like it should go higher. Oil marking time, after the 12-day war. Was it a 12-hour war or a 12-day war? Whatever. Oil, it went up. Remember, we were talking about this head and shoulders bottom a few weeks ago, and it was already up at the start of the bombing, and then it collapsed, and it's just doing nothing here. So not much to say other than that. And semiconductors, which have led the way. Noticed, so the ticker go by. AMD is down 3 and change. So this is gapping down under yesterday's low. It is a little extended, profit taking, things pull back. So a little bit more of a indication of people just saying, you know what, nice rally, things look good, they're likely to go higher. But just in case, let's take some money off the table here, off of these winners. So, overall, I'd say we'll all wait to see what's the next shoe to drop, what the Senate's going to do, and the House, and what's going to happen with this, and this bill, and from there, we'll just see which way things go and trade them accordingly. And here's another golden cross coming our way. Remember well, on the S&Ps, the death cross happened right at the bottom, but 50 pushing up through the 100. Let me go back to the spiders here, the 200, I should say. Yesterday I showed you that, and nothing happened, so prices didn't move, but that's going to push up above that, or should. Maybe it's even above it. Hard to say. I should say. No, you can see the little gap between there hasn't happened yet. So, all yours, Dan.
Welcome to second half of the year, July 1. And yeah, Greg, the death cross, I just grabbed a screenshot of it. We'll talk about it tomorrow on MT Live. You got cross and golden, that's what they call it. And again, we'll talk about it tomorrow, but you got to see what preceded it. And what preceded the other one was a Climo. And what preceded this one was a 2-3 month consolidation. So totally different pictures there. See what alarms we have going off. Let's see, Raul. Asking about Victor Papa Golf. Weekly, monthly, dollar lower. Okay, long above yesterday's time. It's pattern like that. I would like it to tighten up a little bit because yesterday should not have had that big of a tail and it's at resistance. It is a 1, 2, 3. Ideally, today's Tuesday. Markets are off Friday. So we have 3 more days. They can chop 3 days and then next Monday buy a breakout. My alarms here, quantum. I had an up alarm go off. Now it's Nair in this. Our ETF letters in cyber. I had an alarm go off, but I don't see anything. All ETF letter, up alarm. QQQE. Down alarm, but these things just aren't liquid. Bull I posted. Bull. Look at the volume is what the last couple of days, and then yesterday's volume just dwarfed anything in the IPO history. Is a closing breakout, nice 15-minute chart. Believe it or not, I was bidding 12.10 pre-market, and I got filled right on that one little blip. But I posted it over yesterday's high. It looks like it's going to get over it, so we'll buy a 5-minute high. That's Rig T. It's just, this is one of these quantum computing sector again, and it's making a nice turn at the 2050 daily, weekly. So I like this over the high. It's gapping down, which is good because it won't trigger unless something positive is up with it. Or Twari. I don't get the dollar on here myself. I don't have those futures, but I use UUP as my ETF dollar. And yeah, it looks lower. Man, I don't know what Besson and Trump and is doing, but yeah, our dollar's getting killed. Look at that. That's why Greg mentioned yesterday, if you go to Europe, you're going to be paying a lot more with our friggin' dollar tanking. Means it ain't worth as much in foreign countries. All right, those are all the alarms, couple earnings here. Fergus, nothing. Also takes out yesterday's high. Wamco, big bottoming piece of junk. MSM. That could be interesting, but 88 bucks, it's excessive, so you need a pullback. But that was an igniting bar. You know what? Somebody emailed me yesterday, and Greg, um, go to Hood. He said it's Hood and igniting bar, and I explained, no, it's a range expansion bullish bar, yes. But we define igniting bars as it's from consolidation or shock pattern, something like that. So if this bar were down here, then yes. But look at these MAs, it's just extended. But look at MSM now. So that's an igniting bar. Because it's from consolidation. So that the only problem is the gap's too big. These are all just now miscellaneous things. And Hassie is an igniting bar last Thursday. So now we got two sloppy inside bars. So it's not ready. Same thing I told Raul. Let's see if it can chop around for a while and give us an entry in a couple days. Stone, that's an igniting bar. Do y'all see the difference? Hood is not igniting. This is. And so we actually rented and we gave it as an ad over this red bar. Still looks higher. I mean, it's not far from the 20 because it's coming from consolidation. The 20 MA flattened out. Rick T, we talked about soon. Another igniting bar yesterday. So Alex brought this to us and we bought it on a pullback, and I actually sold mine at the high when I went to the gym, and I did not enter. But let's put it back on the list. I have it on a thumbnail. Archer. It's building a base here at the 50. That's worth watching. There's no action yet unless it's a put spread. Yeah, I saw Apple up today. Yeah, that thing exploded into the close yesterday. Alex nibbled on it. I looked for a put spread. There was nothing. Poor Tesla here is on my morning list. Musk and Elon are fighting again, and they reported some bad sales in some European countries. Now, had this gone sideways for another week or so, then that would have been a Head and Shoulders top. But now it's gapping here. So, it's a mess. That's a mess. There's nothing to do right now. MGM, there was some news in some of the casino stocks. So this could be maybe a 30-minute high, LBS. That was a nice bullish consolidation. That's gapping up a little bit. Bullish weekly, we'll keep an eye on that. AVAV had earnings the other day on this gap. Wow, look at the volume on that gap. But now it's gapping down 263. That's a call spread idea. If there's any juice up here at 300. These were in the weekend letter. It did not trigger yesterday, but lift. It's good to go. If it takes out the high of this red bar over here, kind of an inverse head and shoulder, smaller right shoulder, bullish weekly. Airbnb, we have a put spread. This was going to be a directional, but it looks like it's not going to trigger. Has to get over yesterday's high. Satish was a sell setup short. Has to get under Friday's low though. So again, it looks like it's not gonna happen, but we got our alarms. Ralph Lauren over all these highs as a breakout. Jeffries was on the weekend ladder, did not trigger. I think this bar is not real because I see a print right back up here. I got my alarm. I went ahead and canceled it. But if it triggers, it still looks fine. XPO over these two highs is fine. ASTS. I've been watching this Climo for a while now. It was a beautiful entry yesterday to do a day trade short. I mentioned it in the morning, and also to do a call spread, but they sucked the juice out. But again, another igniting bar down here. Igniting now, 5-bar reversal. So that look at the 15-minute chart. That could be a day trade short still, 5-minute low. That bull we talked about, I like that. 5-minute high. Let me go ahead and tell subscribers that. Triple V. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got an alarm there at 38.20. Stone we talked about. Soon we talked about XLI. Just a little grinder. Gel. It's a nice 180 breakout. I got my alarm up here, 1735. Let me put it on the other computer. Yeah, I got an alarm 1732. HII. Just a breakout, strong. SLX, steel over the high. XLY, over the high. Hack. I sold my cyber the other day, but I entered hack yesterday myself. They're both cyber security ETFs. Like JK mid cap over Friday's high, looks good. Circle, I've been watching this for a while. We've been selling very juicy call spreads, but since it's coming back to earth, they've been sucking the premium out. UNH, I got an up alarm, I think at 313, but this thing it's never seen a big expensive stock like this just go into a coma like this. It's very strange. Soon low alarm. But we're in a half lot from yesterday. It's red team. Yeah, it's not going to trigger. It has to get over yesterday's time. I set an alarm on the red team. The question. Oh, awesome. He's saying through Greg and Dan's courses, he made an amazing long call on bye-bye. Awesome. Greg mentioned that on this igniting bar. I don't know why you didn't trigger that, Greg. I remember you saying it, and I was like, I'm swamped. You do it. AZN alarm. We actually shorted this yesterday, so that's an up alarm. but it's an early alarm. What tie? We're in this and our ETF letter, it's fine. And then oil never considered options on a low price stock without Dan's course. All right, cool. So bull 5-minute high. I told you I'm in at pre-market at 12.10. Yeah, I'm not, I was contemplating moving break even stop, but nah, I'll let it wobble around for a bit. Oh, and I also shorted 11.5 puts yesterday for Friday. Oh, this thing's down a lot. FFAI was a little, well, no, it's not down a lot. All right, I'm gonna set an alarm at 169. Circle low alarm, but I doubt we're gonna get our. I'm not gonna get our premium. This was in the weekend letter. Let's see what the premium I wanted. For 235. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna get $1.95. Because I looked at the premiums yesterday. No way, Jose. But do y'all remember when I was talking about shorting the 435s on this thing and got like $3 for them? It was insane. 235, yeah, there's no juice. So let's cancel it. Because the only way it's going to get filled is if it rips against us. Actually, ANF was a put spread yesterday, but I'm not sure if it got filled or not. Do any of you all know? Yeah, Adobe rolled over. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'll give it as a short stop. All, stop 50 MA. So the low is 381.87. 381. Um, Cyber. Yeah, agree. Agree. It's a pseudo inverse head and shoulder. Maybe even 30-minute high, Thomas, if the markets are holding. Sure. Yeah, I don't need a rig T here. Let's do that. Bull 5-minute high is what? 1257. triple V alarm. I mentioned was a 1, 2, 3. Adobe just hit. So this triple V, I'd like it better if it closed like this and then buy over the highs. But it looks good. Pull up alarm, it's hitting. Yeah. Yeah, Robert, I'm in it from pre-market, but yeah, it just triggered official. I said 5 minute high. Oh, nice. You wanted to beat me by 3 cents. Brett, good job. Like a wild bull. XYZ alarm, looking good. I mean, Alex, what is new? What, I mean, like, who's he even talking to? Where did that come from? Like, who? Like, I mean, I don't, like, I'm tired of hearing from him. I mean, just says the same thing over and over again. So, who's he talking to?
Bucket to Donald Trump, man.
He was lagging today. Diamond's just making me hurry. We got yesterday's time. A couple more alarms here. Rockwell. Um, are we in this or did it trigger yesterday? Yeah, we're in it. So that's just an up alarm. So 3:35. Verifying, doing nothing. 5. I'm doing better. I, yeah, we already had break even stuff. Let's set a new up alarm. 134.50. Oh, actually, I would say that was in the weekend letter, and I said to hold off. But yeah, I like it better now. So let me put it back on deck. Yeah, hold on, 1573. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. $15.74. Yeah, oh, nice, nice. This morning I said it was still on my long list. I didn't have it in a thumbnail, but yeah, looks good. Now you got altitude, you got clear stop, days low. Yeah, like it. All right, cyber is coming in, so I'm gonna now set an alarm. Not have to worry about it. Alarm 408. And then MGM that I mentioned. Oh, that took off too, you all. I gave you the pre-market, the ones I like. I didn't have this in a thumbnail. That worked well. It'd be a no-brainer. Put spread here, but for directional, I'd wait for a pullback. MGM 3450s for tomorrow. I'm sorry, Thursday. 0 by 31. I had to eat on my list yesterday and I took it off with the doji up and down. So when I say something like this, Thomas, I like it when it closes like this, right? Because yesterday it looked like a big green bar at the high also. But these are powerful two big bars. But look, yesterday morning was powerful too. And then it just went into the shitter. But yeah, that's good. Fafe. Ideally, it closes like this, and then you buy over the high as a little 1, 2, 3. But I'm actually gonna nibble here at 168. Oh shit, I just missed it. At 169. Desk upper. Oh, desk upper. Slow grinder. New up alarm. 312, because then I'll tighten the stop another dollar higher. Oh, that Fafe was bidding Fafe. Hey, D-line gap down to -600 and now it's positive. So that's a good sign for breadth and bottom pictures. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'd be out of that. Yeah, UNH, yeah, looks better now. Yeah, definitely. Mm, yeah, yeah, could be a home run entry. Yeah, again, at the last three, whatever that is, 2.5 months. It sure has not gone anywhere, so it's gonna need an impetus. Or I mean catalyst, whatever that word is. Needs a reason. Oh yeah, scan industry. All right, I had to see what word that was because my stupid thing doesn't scroll. You don't know the industry? I thought you were short this thing on the breakdown. Or am I mixing that up? You had some short that had the letter C in it. I remember. Fine. Yeah, this is really just slow motion here. Autodesk, where's our stuff? 308.41 is our basis. Third, um, let's let it take out the 30-minute high before I move it break even. Just go through other opens here now. Hey, Jay Julia, little 1, 2, 3 to add tomorrow. Applet is dead money. AZN short bouncing. Hey, CME. I didn't see my alarm. This has been a dead animal. 275.48 is our basis, so my alarm did go off. I just missed it. All right, so it looks better now. Yeah, but it's still weak because that small little gap even got sold into. So it's like, are you kidding? So I'll be keeping tight leash on this. 5 we talked about. We're in trail mode. Interactive broker. We already have our stuff in place, so nothing to do. Lulu. Hey, Lulu doing better today. Let's set new alarms. Ah, this market has absolutely no oomph today, which is exactly what Craig was talking about pre-market in terms of the slowing momentum out of oomph. Well, trail mode, VeriSign, slow mover, but looks fine. And those are all the other than the new ones today. Greg, it's too spready. I shorted the stock already, but it was too spready. There's there- yeah, I gave the 5-minute low short today. But here, I'll check again. Go out to next week. 2 days is not enough. Yeah, spreads are too much. I mean, maybe not that's so bad for $400 stock, but still. RSG from yesterday. Never triggered. I mean, I like it. It has a void here. It can't bounce. My only concern is a sloppy buy setup on the weekly. Auto desk up alarm. So now that's what I said. If it hits 312, I'm going to move it to break even. Now we can give a first, third target also. About just because the market has no oomph, how about 312.75? Won't be a pig. And that would give us a 450 gain, which is 1.5%. CME up alarm. Now we can move stop break even there too. Same rationale. Could have a little bit of altitude now. Number of jobs quit, 70, oh, wow. Boy. Yeah, yeah, it's good, Thomas. Top of the range, but it's been going sideways here after a breakout. Has room on the weekly. Relative strength to the market. You could buy, you could buy a third right here, stop low, see how it closes. Markets are incredibly nothing. Apple is the star finding today. Airbnb, yeah. Yeah, we still have it posted, Alex, from the weekend letter. Let me check my put spread. Wow, remember this FFAI I told you I bought? I'm already up 10 cents, which on a $1.70 stock is pretty good. Where we got put spread. Let's move the stock below now. 132.08. Yeah, it's looking better. I like the 15. Yeah, looks a lot better than the last 2 days with those small little tails. Mm, it's up too much. Your entry was Thursday, Thomas. I remember mentioning Hilton and Marriott at the same time. Actually, for a new trade, I think Marriott is better because you got a little gap reversal here. But no, Hilton, you're chasing. Most recent IPO curve. Is this gonna turn into a topping pattern? Or a consolidation pattern? I don't know. But it's sure extended on the daily, weekly. Circle also. Oh, cut, sorry. Yeah, if you go to 1, 2, 3, sure. Yeah, wouldn't do it now, it's a prior high, but yeah, 1, 2, 3, if you get bonus. Here's the ETF WIGMI. It's underperforming WIGMI though. Wow. So you got Riot. Wow, they all look different. Usually they look a little closer, but dang, what's moving this today? Well, Apple up 4, Nike 2 and change. So Apple's the big one today on moving it. But counter that with Nvidia down $2, Apple up 4. Jay Juliet alarm. Nice. Told you, Alex, I'd give 30-minute high yesterday. Looks great. Can add to it. Looks great. Diamond's just a little acceleration bar there to a new high. Q's is working on an engulfing bar on the 5-minute chart. Airbnb triggered the directional. Is it possible? 135.07. Oh, it did by a penny. Let me change it. Actually, let's bid 134.50 for half. Airbnb. Just because I don't like those when they rally from the low to the high. Oh, I'm still on. Fiber. It's an early alarm, nothing to worry about. You know, if it weren't gonna rain here in South Florida, I would shut the room down right now because this is like craziness of just a mess. So please don't push things, you know. I mean, the price action just tells you the hesitancy. I mean, other than the diamonds, are having a good day. IWM filled the gap right here, so it's spiders. But look at the Qs. Made a new high and just got slammed in the head. Netflix took a dump here. Let me see what that daily chart looks like. Z. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to do it without the Qs going. Is the problem? Oh, looks great. Yeah, one of you all mentioned this to me a week or so ago, and I liked it. Let's put it back on the list. Yeah, XHB. Yeah, look, XHB. Yeah, let's scan the whole sector. Wow, XPO triggered long. This was on the weekend letter. So there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, we're in an alarm. 6:78. Let's wait for the afternoon on Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is back on the list. Blooming. Definitely. That's a song. That's an igniting bar. Let's say that's igniting, so you can do a 15-minute pullback or a 1, 2, 3. Either one is fine. I'll put that down here. Use new low. Went from new high to new low in 15 minutes. Triggered, but yeah, blooming on a pullback. Feel watch, of course. And let's scan the housing sector this afternoon. I'm just a little shy on new longs here. Airbnb hit the half lot on that pullback. So that saved us from buying the high. Yeah, it's in the housing XHB. So people, we can find better. I guarantee it. If we could scan the sector, it's up a lot at resistance here. I don't like it. Just scan all XHB stocks. ACL's bullish all time frames. Diamonds are on fire tonight. Yeah, I guess I got that from your list, Sam. Yeah, I had it. My alarm, I mentioned it this morning. My alarm at 38:20 went off. Monthly recap. Yeah, SPY V looks good. I'm in SPY G with you. I'm in SPY G, so your SPY V is substantially better. Looks like that should be rotated.